The WIAA State Boys Golf Tournament dates back to 1923, with the tournament divided into 2 divisions in 1989 and 3 divisions in 1991. Since 1994, University Ridge has played host to the annual tournament that determines the best individual golfers and teams in 3 divisions. The 87th running of the tournament featured 16 teams and 24 individual qualifiers in Division 1 and 8 teams and 12 individual qualifiers in Divisions 2 and 3. First day results in Division 1 during the 2012 WIAA Boys Golf Tournament had Superior shooting a .342. The Spartans were led by Daniel Berger, who finished 3 over par. Blake Johnson had a pair of birdies. Bayport was 1 stroke better with a .341. Bobby Allen and Luke Welsing led the Pirates. Menominee Falls shot a .339. The Indians were led by Kevin Burkhart and Joe Sarayo. Kenosha Bradford was 3 strokes better with a .336. The Red Devils were led by Eli Day, who was 9 over par, and Riley Smith, who shot a 5 over par 77. Janesville Craig shot a .335. Nolan Morin was 11 over. Ryan Clatworthy, 7 over, and Jordan Gagg, 2 over. Jordan was tied for 8th individually and sank 4 birdies. Nina had a first-round .334. Brad Veldhorst led the Rockets with a 9 over 81. Henry Mulvey finished 10 over. Janesville Parker broke the top 10 with a .331. John Milner was 9 over, and Dustin Richards finished the first round with a 5 over 77 for the Vikings. River Falls was in 9th with a .328. The Wildcats were led by Garrett Loomis, who was 9 over, and Blake Hyman, who finished 8 over par. Kaukauna was in 8th place, finishing with a .326. Mitch Whitman finished 12 over with 9 pars. His brother Willie was at even par for the Galloping Ghosts. Kenosha Tremper was 4 strokes better with a .322. The Trojans were led by Dan Kupfer and Nick Morrow, who both finished 8 over. Matt Bible was tied for 8th place individually with a 5 birdie round of 74. Tied with Tremper in 6th place was Brookfield Central. Jack Wortman finished 9 over. Noah Olander, 7 over. And Eddie Wada, 4 over for the Lancers. Stevens Point and Onalaska were tied in 4th place, finishing with 320 strokes. Point was led by Trevor Thomas, who finished 9 over. Ryan Hoffmeister, 6 over. And James McDonald with an even par round of 72. Onalaska, led by Ben Socha and Ben Skojan, last year's individual champ, finished 8 over par. Nick Bertram was tied for 8th individually with a 4 birdie round of 74. Marquette was in 3rd with a .308. The Hilltoppers were led by Greg Hartwig, who was 7 over. Harrison Balistreri and James Christensen finished with a 6 over round of 78. Keegan English, who finished with a 1 over par 73, was tied for 5th individually. He had 4 birdies, including a putt for 2 on hole 8.
Standing by with Marquette University head coach Brad Neiswanger. Coach, a 307 for your guys today. It's going to be a three-headed team race here with Holman, Marquette, and Arrowhead. How do you feel that your guys played the course today?
We started out real strong the first 9, and as the pressure starts to build, the back 9, and they start to hear the numbers, they get a little tighter. But it's a good day, and I think they're excited to play better tomorrow.
Keegan English comes in 1 over par. What can you say about his round?
He's an amazing player. I don't think he really understands how good he is. The better they play as a team, the better they play, and the more they start focusing on their guys in their groups, the more difficult it is to make their shots. So it's all about having fun and focusing one shot at a time.
Arrowhead was in 2nd with a 307. The Warhawks were led by Matt McIntosh and Paul Lyons, both with rounds of 5 over par.
Started off well, hit a good tee shot off the first hole. It's always good because you do have a little nerves to get through, but made an eagle on number 2, so that definitely helped my round out a little bit. But then had a double on 3, so kind of back to even there. But ball striking wasn't the best today. I just made some good birdies and made some good pars, and just had a couple bad holes that kind of kept me from going really low.
We're really happy with how he leads us. He's a 3.92 grade point average. He's a good-looking kid. He's a smart kid. He's a talented player, and he's a nice kid. He's going to be here at Wisconsin, so he better get used to playing rounds like this. And we're really proud of him that he's coming here.
Today, I just try to play a little more conservative, just for the team. And course is in great shape. Greens are rolling fast. You have to make sure that you land it before the hole, because they're going to bounce up. And sometimes if you're coming in with a wedge, they do spin. So some greens are firmer than others, and it's tough out here.
The sand is probably not talked about much in the bunkers, but it's very soft. If you step into the bunker, you'll sink up to your ankle, and so it's very sort of a marshmallow paste consistency. And so it's hard we have to make an concerted effort to stay out of the sand tomorrow. The bunkers are tough.
How do you play the course tomorrow, knowing that team title is so close in the balance?
Well, it all depends. I mean, if we're down a couple shots, we're going to have to be a little more aggressive. And if we're pretty close to the lead, then maybe a little more conservative. And then depending on where we are, after 9 holes on the back 9, we might have to change up our game plan a little bit. So we'll see what happens. We
feel that our experience will keep us calm. 4 of my 5 guys have state experience. I'm not sure the other teams can say that.
In first place at the end of the first round was Holman with a 305. Jeremy Mason finished with a 7 over. Drew Schroeder, 5 over. Tyler Church, 3 over. And Connor Frawley was tied for 8th place individually with a 2 over 74 that included 5 birdies.
Here with Tyler Church of Holman. Tyler, as a freshman, you come in and shoot a 75 for your team. Never having been here before, your first time here at state, what did you think of your round here today?
I thought I played really well. I mean, I executed everything. I didn't try to overdo anything. I tried to play my game, and it worked out really well.
Take me through your round. What was working for you on the front 9 and then also on the back?
Front 9, I played really well. I just bogeyed my last 2 holes. But other than that, I hit it really well. On the back, I was hitting it really well, too. I just hit 1 bad drive, and that was my only bogey.
Holman comes in with a 306 for the day. That's good enough for the top score in Division I. Did you picture yourself in the lead for the first day, and then how do you play the course again tomorrow?
Our goal was being in the top 4, and being first is awesome. We just hope to come out and play well again tomorrow and just play our game.
Do you change the way you played the course at all tomorrow?
No, I don't think so. Just keep doing what we did.
Well, we just talked to the boys, last night at a nice meeting, and when we sat down, we just talked, give yourself an opportunity to play in the top 4 on Tuesday, and they did that. They gave themselves an opportunity. I came around a little bit. We played the back first, so we came around a little bit on the front. Bennett's 3rd time here. Jeremy's 2nd and an alternate. Drew and Connor were here last year, and Tyler's played in enough tournaments to be around. He's never played here before, so I think that's intriguing and exciting for him. In the past, we've always had in our Holman programs to make it to state. This year that changed. It wasn't just to make it here. Just give yourself an opportunity to take home what they can.
The top individuals also tied for 8th were Zach Goggart of Wanakee, who birdied hole 11.
Yeah, it was nice to start out. I was hitting the ball as good as I did all day when I started out, and then kind of lost a little bit here on the front nine, my back nine, but it was a great start to the tournament. I wanted to come out. I said my number for the day was even par 72. I would have been great with. I lost a little bit at the end there, but if I'm within 4 or 5, I think I can go out and post a number tomorrow to really get back in contention. Expecting someone to go low, there's a lot of great players out here. The course is in great shape, great conditions today. Ideal scoring today. So, yeah, I expect someone to go low.
Ryan Franklin of Kettle Moraine was also tied for 8th with a first round of 74. Andrew Schmidt of Green Bay West was in 5th place with a 1 over par first round of 73.
Here with Andrew Schmidt of Green Bay Southwest. Andrew, you were even through 9. Tell us about your round and what kind of start you wanted to get off to today for the first round.
I just wanted to play solid, just play well. I had one bad hole, and that's about it today.
Overall, how do you feel about your round and how do you approach the course tomorrow?
I'm still pretty happy with my round. I had a few, actually just one bad shot today, and I'm not going to let that hurt me tomorrow. Just going to go in there with a positive attitude and play well.
Do you change any strategy at all on the course now that you've gone through it once? Any changes for how you're going to play the course tomorrow?
Not at all. We actually had a practice round yesterday, which we figured that stuff out. And the course played great today. The course is in great condition. Played really well. It's a good time.
Henry Klonglin of Stoughton with 4 birdies was also tied for 5th place, along with Marquette's English.
Here with Keegan English of Marquette University High School. Keegan, 1 over par 73 for you today. You got off to a great start, 3 under on the front. Tell us about that start, how you were able to get things going early.
Well, on 2, I hit it, it's par 5, hit it in 2 and 3 putted, and I was not looking forward to the rest of the day, but I started making these long putts. On 4, I made a 25-footer, 5, another 25-footer, 6, another birdie, so I had 3 in a row. Bogeyed 7, came right back, stuck at 5 feet, and birdied 8, so... And then I made a 35-footer for par on 9, so it was pretty crazy. I couldn't keep it up on the back, but it was a great front 9.
James McDonald of Stevens Point was tied for 3rd place with Kaukauna Willie Whitman, who scored 5 birdies during his even par round of 72. In 2nd place, Matt Ross of Arrowhead, who shot a 1 under par 71 that included 4 birdies, including a putt for 2 on hole 17.
I love playing with Matt. I love playing with better players because it drives me on. And there's no animosity between us, no hard feelings at all. We like each other. But it definitely drives me, watching his game, watching him and Jordan, playing with them. It makes me play better. So.
The individual leader after the first day in Division 1 was Jordan Niebrug of Homestead. He shot a first round 2 under par 70 that included 4 birdies, including a putt for 2 on hole 8.
Here with Jordan Niebrug of Homestead. Jordan, congratulations. 2 under 70 for you today. You got off to a great start on the front with 3 birdies. Tell me about that start and how that kind of propelled the rest of your round.
It was fairly simple. Just kept it in the fairway all day and just made some good shots going into par 5s and just made a putt on par 3 8th, which got me to 3 under. So, and then back 9, 10, I think I just had one bad tee shot all day, and that cost me 2 strokes there. But bounced back and got a birdie on the next hole, and then parred the rest. So,
you've played this course several times. How did you feel it played today, and how do you feel coming away with a 70 in the first round that, for now, will put you at the top of the leaderboard individually?
Course is playing pretty soft for the greens, so it's a little easier to score and get get the ball near the pin, especially since there's not much wind. So, and I don't know, I just wanted to come out here today and shoot a couple under, and played pretty solid. So.
First day results in Division II during the 2012 WIAA Boys Golf Tournament saw Ripon in 8th place with 370 strokes. Ryonan Ferris shot a 10 over par for the Tigers. Northwestern was in 7th place with 351 strokes. Gabe Dinkel and Justin Alexson were 13 over. Unity was tied for 5th place with Pewaukee with rounds of 347. Unity was led by Reed Sorensen, who shot a 6 over par, and Evan Lunda, who shot a 5 over par 77. He had 2 birdies, including one when he sank a putt on hole 8. Pewaukee was led by Nick Clement, who shot a first-round 84, and Corey Sweeney, who had 4 birdies with a score of 79. Catholic Memorial was in 4th place with a 328. The Crusaders were led by Dylan Allen, who shot a 10 over, Corey Stanislawski 11 over, and Marco Blyce, who finished 7 over. Madison Edgewood was in 3rd place with 318 strokes. Jack Lorge shot a round of 9 over par. Stephen Lake shot a 3-birdie round of 77, including this putt for birdie on hole 8. He pitched his way out of trouble on hole 17 and sunk this putt for par. Johnny Decker with an eagle on hole 2 and 3 birdies shot a 2 over par 74. Defending champion Notre Dame was in 2nd place, 11 strokes out of 1st place with a 315. Zach Dietzler and Ben Bobinski had rounds of 7 over par. Matt Smolonic was 9 over par, and Jim Liddy finished his first round 4 over par for the Tritons.
Notre Dame senior Jim Liddy. Jim, you were even through 9 today, come in with a final score of 76. Tell me about your round and how you were able to get off to a good start.
Just hitting the fairway right from the bat. I didn't miss many fairways all day, so just a couple bad swings on the front 9, I guess our back, and on the par 3s. Otherwise, hit the ball pretty well. So
Jim's been a great player for us all year. He was 1 over in the regional and the sectional, and played really good here today. And I have no doubt he'll play good tomorrow. He's just exactly what you want from a senior leader playing number 1 for you. He's going to come up clutch for you every time. I think we're in a good position. We're happy with where we're at. It always comes down to day 2 anyway. So as long as you're in a position to win, that's what you're looking for after the first day. It's not a matter of changing our approach. I think it's just a matter of eliminating some of the double bogeys, triple bogeys that happened out there. If we can do that, we're going to be right there. I mean, we gave away even 5-6 shots on the last 2 holes here today, and if we would have avoided that, we'd been a lot closer already. So
Edgerton had the lead after the first round with a 304. The Crimson Tide were led by Brooks Johnson, who finished 10 over par. Drew Pippin shot a 6 over par 78. Eric Danielson and Andrew Morrison finished at even par.
Andrew has been, that's why he plays number 1. He's the most consistent golfer on our team. He always comes in with a decent score. Someone may beat him on a given day, but Andrew is always rock solid. Eric, he has got a Payne Stewart swing. It's been smooth all year. He finally found a tempo and a balance today, and it just shows the ability he's got when he posted an even par 72. That's what Eric can do.
Pretty much everything was going my way. I made putts when I needed to, and I don't know, I guess I kept it in play.
Best round for you?
Yep, yeah. For sure.
Feel like your best golf is still ahead of you tomorrow?
Well, I would say today was pretty spectacular.
Yeah,
I'd be delighted if they could match that. But, golf's a funny game. What happens today, 24 hours later, may not be as easy. Drew Pippick is a perfect example that he started out like 3 over in the first 4 holes, and you go, uh-oh, here's my second best golfer. And he just, grit and determination, ended up in the 70s. And that's a testament to every one of those players, is they don't give up. Till that last stroke on the 18th hole, they're keeping within themselves, and they're mentally prepared. And in this game, mental is so important.
On the individual leaderboard after the first day, David Spankler of Luxembourg Casco, Reed Sorensen of Unity, Ryan Reinke of Brilliant, and Drew Pippick of Edgerton were tied for 10th place with rounds of 78. Evan Lunda of Unity, Stephen Lake of Edgewood, Kyle Kohlberg of Mosinee, and Gabby Curtis of Altoona were all tied for 6th place with rounds of 77. Notre Dame's Jim Liddy was in 5th place with a 76. Johnny Decker of Edgewood was in 4th place with a 74. Andrew Morrison and Eric Danielson of Edgerton were tied in 2nd place with their rounds of even par 72. Defending champion Charlie Danielson of Osceola was in 1st place with a round of 1 under par 71.
Standing by with Osceola golfer Charlie Danielson. Charlie, a great round for you today. You were even through 9. How did you feel about your start and then coming around to the back 9?
Well, I made birdie on 1 after I shot even. It was just a solid even, 1 birdie, 1 bogey. Made birdie, and then I made 2 bogeys and just fought to get it back to under par with 2 birdies coming in.
Perfect conditions today. Really couldn't have asked for a better day for golf. How did you feel the course was playing today?
It was playing pretty easy, and easy pins, easy conditions. I felt that I could have gone a lot lower. I didn't play well around the greens. I hit it decent, but it was a day where you definitely could go low.
First day results in Division 3 during the 2012 WIAA Boys Golf Tournament. Sevastopol was in 8th place with a first-round total of 397. St. Mary's Springs was in 7th place with a 379. Gibraltar, Washington Island was in 6th place with a 365. Sammy Johnson finished 13 over. Shawamigan was in 5th place with a 364. Kevin Jean had a first round of 9 over par 81 and was in 11th place individually. Defending champion Kohler and Lancaster were tied in 3rd with scores of 346. John Vandehey was 9 over par and in 11th place individually. Zach Hentrick was 8 over par for the Flying Arrows. Logan Willis was 10 over and in 11th place individually. Derek Egbert was 9 over par for the Blue Bombers. Osseo Fairchild was in 2nd place with a first-round score of 337. Robbie Otstead finished 13 over. Joe Markgren was 10 over, and Matt Sieg had a first-round 8 over par 80. Last year's runner-up, Cuba City was in 1st place with a first-round 322. Dakota Toll and Alex Stewart had rounds of 7 over par. Nate Murray had a 6 over par round of 78.
Nate, congratulations, a 78 for you in your round. Take us through the round and what was working well for you on the course today.
My coaches helped me because I've been struggling lately, and they helped me get my shot straightened out. So I was pretty confident going into the round, and I hit good shots. My approaches were all there, and I putted better than I have lately, which helped a lot.
Team-wise, you guys are certainly in the midst of things for the team championship. How do you feel the team overall did today, and how does this set you up for tomorrow?
We golfed great. We all golfed how we're capable of golfing, and we're in the lead right now, but we can't relax. We have to go into tomorrow, play like we did today.
Junior Derek Pete of Iowa Grant was also in the 4-way tie for 11th place individually with a first round of 81. Sophomores Matt Sieg of Osseo Fairchild and Zach Hentrick of Lancaster were tied in 9th place with first rounds of 80. Senior Stephen Mays of Pacelli Junior Brady Olin of Partyville, Junior Alex Stewart, and Senior Dakota Toll of Cuba City were all tied in 5th place with first rounds of 79.
I was just hitting my irons really good today. I mean, driver on the range wasn't too well, but then got it going on the range, and it was just hitting it where I want to.
Overall, you happy with your round coming with a 79 on day one?
Oh, yeah, I'm very happy to shoot 70 in the 70s at this course. Is a great achievement for me, so I'm very happy.
Standing by here with Brady Olin. Brady, 2 over through the front 9. Tell us what was working for you and then how the back 9 fared.
Front 9, the putts were just rolling real good. I made a lot of good up and downs for par. I was making my birdies. And then the back 9, I just couldn't get the putts to roll in. I just lost touch of the green. The drives started going a little everywhere, and just have to work on the drives a little bit.
Senior Nate Murray of Cuba City and last year's runner-up, Junior Josh Smith of Southwestern, were tied in 3rd place with scores of 6 over par, 78. Nate Stringens of St. Mary's Springs and Senior Mitch Ross of Turtle Lake Clayton were tied in 1st place with first rounds of 77.
Here with Springs golfer Nate Stringens. Nate, a 77 for you today. Take us through your round. What was working well for you?
I was keeping it in play for the most part. Struggled a little bit with putting and didn't really take advantage of the par 5, so I looked to do that tomorrow. Didn't really make any major mistakes, but other than that, it was pretty good.
Do you feel like you left some strokes out there, things that you can shave off, go a little lower tomorrow?
Yeah, definitely. Just take advantage of the par 5s again. Played them a few over today, and maybe play them a few under tomorrow.
Change your approach at all? I mean, perfect conditions here.
Yeah, it was perfect conditions. Hopefully that is tomorrow.
During the second day of competition in Division III of the 2012 WIAA Boys Gulf State Championships, the team leaderboard stacked up with Sevastopol in 8th place with a total of 779 strokes. Bryce Birmingham led with a 15 over par second round, 87. St. Mary's Springs finished in 6th place with a 727. Trevor Eberts and Sean Ahern were 17 over the second day, and Nate Stringens was 7 over. Gibraltar, Washington Island was tied with Springs in 6th place. Sammy Johnson finished his second round 17 over, and Chris Janessi was 12 over for the Vikings. Shawamigan finished in 5th place with 715 strokes. They were led by Dominic Collar and Kevin Jean, who had second round scores of 11 over par. Lancaster finished in 4th place with a 699. Zach Hentrick was 13 over his second round, and Nathan Farre was 10 over for the Flying Arrows. The 2011 team champion Kohler finished in 3rd with a score of 691. Derek Egbert was 14 over, and Logan Willis was 8 over par. Nick Shepman was 16 over par both rounds for the Blue Bombers. Osseo Fairchild finished in 2nd place with a score of 686. Joe Margren and Matt Sieg both had second rounds of 7 over par 79. After finishing in 2nd place in 2011, the Cuba City Cubans won the Division III Team Championship with a score of 659. Freshman Drew Zimmerman finished with a 2-day total of 175. Nate Murray, who finished in 12th place individually, finished with a score of 164. Alex Stewart and Dakota Toll tied for 4th place individually with identical rounds of 79 and 81.
Feels pretty cool bringing home the first gold, the golfer guy, instead of a ball. But I think hopefully now Cuba City Golf is a little bit more popular. You know, we hadn't made it to state only once until 3 years ago, so now we have 3 in a row. So hopefully we're kind of making a name for ourselves.
Played great day one. I thought they practiced really well on Sunday and kind of set the tone for for Monday and today we did what we had to do. We kind of grounded around, and we weren't as good today as we were yesterday, but we were good enough because we had that nice cushion. It was just a matter of not blowing up, and we didn't, and we get to take the little gold guy and put him with all those gold round things in there. So at Cuba, so that'll be nice.
Kevin Jean of Shawamigan and Brady Olin of Partyville tied with Murray in 12th place with scores of 164. With a 163, Michael Vaubel of Wayland Academy finished in 11th place after starting the day in 19th place. Logan Willis of Kohler finished tied with Mitch Ross of Turtle Lake Clayton with a score of 162. Derek Peet of Iowa Grant followed up his first round of 81 with a round of 80 to finish in 6th place. Also with a 161 in 6th place, Joel Markgren of Osseo Fairchild. He started the day in 15th place and with a second round of 79 moved up the leaderboard. Stephen Mays of Pacelli also finished tied for 6th place. He had rounds of 79 and 82. In 3rd place, Matt Sieg of Osseo Fairchild with a score of 159. After a first round of 77, Nate Stringes of St. Mary's Springs finished in 2nd place with a second round of 79. His 156 total was 1 stroke shy of 1st place.
I was happy with how I hit it. I definitely left a lot of shots out there, especially with putting. The greens are fast, and I could have saved a lot more, maybe a little bit of strategy, but lesson learned.
After finishing runner-up in 2011 with a score of 152, with a 155 that included a birdie on 17, Josh Smith of Southwestern followed up his first round of 78 with a second round of 77 to become the 2012 WIAA Division III Individual Champion.
Here with Josh Smith of Southwestern. Josh, congratulations. A really solid tournament for you. 78 yesterday and a 77 today. The 155 will put you in really good position for the individual title hunt. Tell us about your tournament and what was working well for you today.
Really the entire week, ball striking is what really kept me in it. I couldn't putt very good at all this week, but I hit the majority of the greens I had to go for today and yesterday too, and the ball strike was basically what kept me in it. But if I could have put a little better, it definitely would have helped. But overall, if not having my best game with me, I'm pretty pleased with where I'm sitting. There's a couple of guys that come in that can definitely beat me up, but I'm pretty pleased with where I'm at, and for grinding out all week, I think it turned out pretty good.
You've been here before. Pretty much perfect conditions here. How did you think the course played this week? And did you change anything from yesterday to today?
I didn't change anything in my game plan. I thought the course was playing really good. It was playing long. Fairways are good condition, greens, everything. It was definitely playing for ideal scoring conditions, but it's just for me, it was just trouble trying to find the fairway, make some putts. But just hitting on the greens is definitely what helped me and getting my 2-putt pars, just getting out of there. But I really didn't change too much game plan from yesterday. I just thought I was going to putt a little better today than I did yesterday, but not too much, just kind of the same thing I had yesterday. But I'm just definitely happy where I'm sitting though.
Any big shots for you today?
Probably my drive on 9 and my second shot on 9 up here. I knew I had to get at least a 4 in that hole to put myself somewhere close, and I knew I was 2 down when the kid was on just finishing 9. So I knew if I could make a 4 or 3, it definitely helped me. But those are probably my clutch hole today, I would think.
During the second day of competition in Division II of the 2012 WIAA Boys Golf State Championships, the Ripon Tigers finished in 8th place with a total of 700 strokes. They improved by 40 strokes from their first round total. Ryonan Ferris again led the Tigers with an improved round of 5 over par, which included an eagle on hole 16. Pewaukee finished in 7th place with a 686. Nick Clement shot a 10 over, and Corey Sweeney was 4 over with a second round of 76 for the Pirates. Unity improved by 10 strokes from their first day total and finished in 6th place with a 684. Evan Lunda finished his second round 11 over par, and Reed Sorensen was 8 over. Northwestern trimmed 20 strokes from their first day total to finish in 5th with 682 strokes. Hosea Vick was 11 over after being 22 over with his first round, and Gabe Dinkel, who was 13 over the first round, improved with a round of 4 over 76. Catholic Memorial finished in 4th place with a 652. Joel Stanislawski was 10 over par his second round. Corey Stanislawski was 8 over par, and Dylan Allen finished his second round 5 over par for the Crusaders. Notre Dame finished in 3rd with a 635. Jim Liddy and Ben Bobinski had rounds of 8 over par, and Matt Smolonic was 6 over par. Madison Edgewood improved their first round total by 11 strokes and finished 5 strokes behind the champion in second place with a 625. Tom Murphy, after a first round of 14 over, fired a 3 over par 75 the second round. Stephen Lake had a second round of 4 over par, and Johnny Decker had the same score of 74.
Knowing that you guys were going to have to chase some strokes to Edgerton and Notre Dame, did you tell the guys to be a little bit more aggressive on the pins at all today, or you kind of told them to play the course?
Definitely not more aggressive. I just said, if we can make pars, all pars would be 288. That would be plenty to do that. So the more pars that we could make, if they start making some bogeys, every bogey they make, you get inching closer and closer. So it was really, idea was just make pars, as many pars as we could.
Considering, the rough start you guys off to yesterday, overall, feel pretty pleased to come away with second?
Well, yeah, it's great. Obviously, you're looking to win, but, we gave them a run. I know one time I checked the scores and we were only 2 back, so we got all the way right there. So we gave them a chance. We had a chance there with a few holes left and just didn't quite have enough. Edgerton started playing a little better and finished it off. So, yeah, it was fun.
Edgerton, who added 12 strokes from their first round total of 304, were able to fend off the Crusaders. With a total of 620, the Crimson Tide were crowned the 2012 Division II WIAA state champions.
They were told, that Edgewood's making a move. Unless we are really getting pressed, I'm not going to tell you, where they are. Just know that they're making a move, but you're still okay.
Edgewood was biting at the heels there for most of the round, but how were you able to fend them off and come away with this trophy?
I made some early bogeys on the back nine. I think that got me, frustrated a little bit, made me hit some better shots in the back nine. I made 1 birdie and 5 pars coming in, so that helped a lot. And Stefan was playing pretty good on the back here, so made me play better.
Knowing you guys were coming in with the lead, you knew teams were going to be chasing you. Did that change your approach here on day 2 at all?
Not really. I played the same as I did yesterday, but I knew we had some cushion to play today.
Yeah, the boys certainly raised their level of play from last year to this year. Attribute that to just their work ethic and their athletic ability. Got into some very good tournaments, invitationals that prepared them very well for this experience, and I think that showed for them to be able to say that they're state champions and from Edgerton, Wisconsin. And I'd just like to say compliments to University Ridge and the level of play that was brought. We couldn't have had a better experience during this tournament than these 2 days here. So
it's been a lot of fun, and it's just nice to play my best rounds of the year at state when it really matters. We wanted to come in, and we'd be disappointed if we didn't finish in the top 3, and if we win, that'd just be great.
Matt Smolonic and Ben Bobinski of Notre Dame, Drew Pipett and Brooks Johnson of Edgerton, Ryonan Ferris of Ripon, and Dylan Allen of Catholic Memorial all tied for 12th place individually with 159 strokes. Reed Sorensen of Unity and Kyle Kohlberg of Mosinee tied for 10th place with scores of 158. David Spengler of Luxembourg Casco and Jim Liddy of Notre Dame tied for 8th place with scores of 156. After starting the day in 14th place, Corey Sweeney of Pewaukee finished in 7th place with a 155. Stephen Lake of Edgewood and Eric Danielson of Edgerton finished tied in 5th place with scores of 153. After an even par round of 72, Danielson shot a second round 81, while Lake shot rounds of 77 and 76. Gabby Curtis of Altoona shot a first round 77 and a second round 74 to place 4th with a 151.
Here with Gabby Curtis of Altoona. Gabby, congratulations. A 77 for you yesterday and a 74 for you today. Tell us about your tournament and how you feel you played this week.
It was kind of nervous. I was kind of nervous because it was my first year, but I feel like I came out strong, and the second day even better. So I just moved my way up, and I'm really happy how I played.
Having played the course for your first time yesterday, did you change your approach at all today to shave those few strokes off?
There were some pins that I felt more aggressive that I could go towards, and I guess it just happened that since I was closer on my approach shots, I could make more putts and more birdies. So
you'll obviously have to sit and wait around for some of the other scores to come in, but you'll be amongst probably top 5, top 6 individuals. How do you feel coming away with that in your first time here?
I'm just really glad to be here, but to do good is even better, so I'm happy.
Andrew Morrison of Edgerton had a first round of 72 and a second round of 77 to finish in 3rd place with a 149.
Here with Charlie Danielson of Osceola. Charlie, you came in as the leader today, 1 under. Today a little bit different. You finished 5 over. Tell us about the round today. What was different yesterday versus today?
Yesterday I hit the ball awesome, struggled around the greens, and today it was I hit the ball terrible, and I was just mediocre around the greens and just didn't go my way.
Now you'll have to sit around and wait for some of the scores to come in. How do you think that your score will hold up against some of the other individual leaders?
I haven't looked at any of the scores, but I know that I didn't play well enough to win, so I won't be that disappointed if I don't.
Johnny Decker of Edgewood and defending champion Charlie Danielson of Osceola would be tied after the first round. Danielson shot a first round 71 and a second round of 77. Decker had 2 rounds of 74 and needed to birdie hole 18 to tie with Danielson and force a playoff.
What can you say about Johnny Decker? I mean, to see him birdie here on 18, force this playoff, what can you say about his play at the tournament?
I mean, he played great this year. He's only a sophomore, so second year here. He did play here last year, but second year here, he played great. You know, he knew he was close individually as well, so to come in and perform those last few holes, knowing that, you know, a little extra pressure, but he did great. Hopefully he can do well in the playoff.
The two would still be tied after the first playoff hole.
One, just pushed a tee shot. You know, Charlie striped it right down the middle. Couldn't have been better. So I did my best and just pushed it a little bit. Not a big deal. And hit a great second shot right into the right center of the green, and just left the putt a little bit short. So that was a solid par. He, you know, just missed his putt. You know, I got a break. So, but on 2, I played it kind of unorthodox, but pushed a drive into the bunker. You know, it happens. So I laid up, tried to get to about 130 yards, and I pushed an iron to the right, and I knew I needed to stiff it because I knew Charlie would make a good score. So I pushed it and went into the weeds, so I was in trouble there, and needed to get up and down. Actually, I needed to make it, so I gave it my best shot, and you know, came up a little short. But you know, Charlie's a great player. You know, he deserved to win. He could have played better in the playoff hole. So, and I'll get her next year. So
hole 2. That just hit a drive a little right, but in perfect condition, and put it right next to the green. And then Johnny hit it in the hazard on his 3rd shot, so I knew that all I needed to do was make par, and so played it safe and clinched it.
When Danielson sank his putt on the second playoff hole, he would again claim the Division II individual championship. During the second day of competition in Division 1 of the 2012 WIAA Boys Golf State Championships, Menominee Falls would finish in 16th place with a two-day total score of 687. Joel Syhowski hit the pin on hole 17 and birdied the hole with a putt just off the green surface. Kevin Burkhart had a round of 10 over par. Superior came in 15th place with a 684. Blake Johnson chipped in a birdie on hole 17, and Nolan Holcomb trimmed 13 strokes from his first round score. Janesville Craig finished in 14th with a 678. Kenosha Bradford came in 14th place with a 671. Riley Smith led the Red Devils with a round of 4 over par. Eli Day sunk a chip on hole 17. Bayport improved by 12 strokes from their first day score and finished in 12th place with a 670. Nick Hubbard trimmed 11 strokes off his first round score and shot 5 over. Bobby Allen was 8 over. Nina finished with a 661. Tony Chiotti shot a second round 7 over, and Henry Mulvey trimmed 9 strokes off his first round score and shot a 1 over par 73. Kaukauna finished tied with Nina in 10th place. Janesville Parker finished in 9th place with 660 strokes. Peyton Graham shot a second round 7 over, improving his first round score by 10 strokes. Taylor Brunn shot a 6 over 78. River Falls shot a second round 327 to finish in 8th with a 655. Holden Olson was 6 over. Garrett Loomis had a second round of 82. Kenosha Tremper finished in 7th place with a 648. Matt Bible was 9 over, and Nick Morrow was 4 over par with a 3 birdie 76. Stevens Point finished in 6th place with a 641. James McDonald was 4 over par his second 18 holes, and Colton Woak trimmed 10 strokes off his first round score to shoot a 7 over par. Brookfield Central finished in 5th place with a 636. Eric Anderson was 11 strokes better the second day with a 5 over par. Eric Schleicher was 8 strokes improved with a 6 over par. Jack Wortman was also 6 over with a 78. Onalaska trimmed 18 strokes off their first round of 320 to finish in 4th with a 622. 2011 individual champion Ben Skojan had the biggest improvement. After a first round of 8 over par, he shot a second round 2 under par 70, including 5 birdies, and finished in 11th individually. Ben Socha had a round of 7 over, and Nick Bertram was 1 over par. Marquette finished in 3rd place with a 620. Harrison Balistreri matched his first round of 78. Matt Gorski was 9 over par. James Christensen was 5 over par, and Keegan English had a second round 4 over par 76. Holman added 8 strokes to their first round score of 305 and finished in 2nd place with a 618. Drew Schroeder had a second round of 3 over par. Jeremy Mason had a 4 over par, and Bennett Laxton was 8 over. Arrowhead is the only school to win 4 straight team titles, and after having their string halted in 2011, the Warhawks were able to improve their first round of 307 to shoot a 304 in the second round to finish with a 611 and claim the 2012 WIAA Division I Team Trophy. Matt Ross, with a tough approach shot on 18, was able to save strokes for the Warhawks and finished with a 7 over par round of 79 and tied for 11th place individually with teammate Matt McIntosh, who shot a second round 1 over par 73, including a birdie on 17.
17, the par 3 over the water, and I actually birdied it today. I stuck my tee shot really close, and yesterday I had to run at it too, but just missed it. So today I actually got it to curl in and made a birdie there.
Johnny Langhoff trimmed 8 strokes off his first round score, shooting a 2 over par 74. Connor Thiel also improved by 8 strokes and shot a second round of 6 over par.
Pin placements were really tough on some holes, and then they were really accessible on other holes, but they had their opportunities to be hit at, and it was a good day.
We were 1 back of Marquette going to the back 9, and Holman was 1 back of us. And I think it made us all really push on the back 9. You know, couldn't let it slip away. So it didn't tense us up at all.
Shot 73 today, and it was just a really steady round. I made a lot of pars, and I hit a lot of fairways and greens. So it was just a really easy going round until the end.
That's a full team effort. Both Matts had great days, but there are some other key things. John Langhoff was critical for him to play the way he's capable of, and his, I believe it was a 74, was just solid all day.
I would say it was my putting. Yesterday I liked to 3-putt a lot, and today I lagged it real well. So yeah, it was my putting. Still hit a lot of greens, but played well.
Matt Ross had a very uncharacteristic 42, the worst 9 I think I've ever seen him play for Arrowhead, and he came back with a 37, and that's an amazing thing to ride a ship that way.
Basically, it was just a grind throughout. Couldn't really get anything going. Started off with a bad break triple on the first hole, so it's never good to start off like that. But I just fought through it and knew I had to put up a decent number for the team to win, and I did that.
I mean, I think we all played all right on the back 9 though, especially we all really fought for it. We didn't want to lose it like we did last year, and yeah, I mean this guy right next to me shot 35 on the back, so way to go, Connor.
Connor Thiel, who had a 43 on the front, responds like a man with a 35 1 under on the back. When all the marbles are on the line, our Arrowhead guys responded.
Well, last year we took second place at state, so we really wanted to just win this one, and we had 3 seniors on the team who really wanted to go out with a bang, so we just wanted to make sure we brought home this trophy, and yeah, it just means a lot after taking second last year.
Greatest coaching moment I've ever had. Thanks, man. It's a full team effort, and it's probably the greatest feeling I've ever had in sports, whether as an athlete or a coach. This is the pinnacle for me.
On the Division I individual leaderboard, with 149 strokes, senior Keegan English of Marquette tied for 8th place with senior Mitch Johnson of Middleton. Johnson shot a first-round 77 and improved to an even par 72 his second round. Junior TJ Podner of Hartford also finished in 8th place. He shot rounds of 75 and 74. Junior James McDonald of Stevens Point finished in 7th place. He shot rounds of 72 and 76 to finish with 148 strokes. Seniors Nick Bertram of Onalaska and Zach Goggart of Wanakee finished with 147 strokes. They both had the same rounds of 74 on day 1 and 73 on day 2. Andrew Schmidt of Green Bay Southwest finished in 4th place with a 145. The senior shot rounds of 73 and 72. Senior Willie Whitman of Kaukauna improved on his first round of even par 72 to shoot a 4 under par 68. He had no bogeys with 1 par on the front 9 and 3 pars on the back 9 and finished tied for second place with junior Henry Klonglin of Stoughton. Klonglin had a first round of 73. Henry double bogeyed hole 10 his second round. He finished 4 under with 4 birdies on the front 9 and 1 under with 3 birdies on the back 9 for a 67. Jordan Niebrug of Homestead shot a first round of 2 under par 70. During his second round, he had 1 bogey on the front 9 with 4 birdies for a 3 under 33. On the back 9, he bogeyed hole 10 and recovered with 4 more birdies to finish with a 6 under score of 66 to become the 2012 WIAA Division I individual champion.
Pretty much hitting the ball solid all day, so both days actually, and made pretty much all my short putts, so that kept me going. It was a lot of fun out there. I think our group had 23 birdies in total, so it was pretty fun out there. So I think putting was pretty much our best part of the game this week because it kept me in scoring range. So
his score of 136 tied the University Ridge course record set in 2006 by Andy Hansen, also of Homestead.
For the record, Andy Hansen, another guy from Homestead, and I grew up watching him here at Homestead, so it's fun to tie him, I guess. Coach O'Brien was a coach for him too, so it's pretty sweet. We're good family friends. So, and as for coming up this summer, I have a couple last junior tournaments, and then a couple amateur tournaments, and off to Oklahoma State. So.